Moment of silence for the champions, for those who make going hard a lifestyle. Never wait for nothing, gotta get it right now. I'm in the spotlight when they turn the lights down. Only a champ swing the hardest in the 12th round. I love the fourth quarter, I love the ninth inning, I love game 7. Bring on the competition, cause in my heart can't nobody do it better. Can't slow me down, won't stop me never. I'm so passionate, clay, I'm Tyson in the prime.
What's up, man? I'm Barry Bonds with Minds.
What's up, guys?
Happy Money Monday, everybody, and welcome to the Pressure Podcast, motherfuckers. Let's get it.
Hell yeah!
We're coming to you on a day where John Harbaugh was 43-19 in primetime games, where 224 yards and 4 touchdowns, first allowed by Ravens defense ever at home. And on a day after 4 pick sixes, which is a record, 4 blocked field goals, 2 in the same game, 2 return for touchdowns, which is a record, not to mention 2 punt return touchdowns. Crazy is an understatement of what we had this weekend. It's some people probably expect me to be in a bad mood, but it's just the way the Ravens are. They like to drive up my blood pressure. I don't know if y'all remember last week. The last thing I wanted, the main thing I really didn't want, was for us to have to go into Kansas City and both of us are 1-2. That's what I didn't want. But if that's what's gonna have to happen, that's what's gonna have to happen. That's how the football gods like to mess with me. But we got a lot to digest and to talk about. Today we will recap and digest what we saw in the QFL, which is what I call the National Football League Week 3. We're going to recap Monday Night Football that just finished right now. And we're also going to give the QB grades for the YNs, the rookies and the guys with that were last year's rookies. And we're also going to cover what we learned and the bum of the week, the money player of the week and the bum of the week. So we got a lot to talk about. We got a lot. So without further ado, we are coming to you live from our studio in Orlando, Florida. It's your boy King Cole. We're rated M for millennials, motherfucker. We come to you live Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays at midnight. We like to digest sports 3 times a week and give you some different segments. As I already mentioned, Monday we cover the bum of the week and recap the weekend. Thursday we basically establish what we know after 3 weeks, and then Thursday what we establish. And Saturday what we establish. Thursday we make our predictions and pick Saturday. So I actually went 19-8. It was 19-7 until tonight's game. So 19-8. I was 10-4 this weekend. I'm 19-8 total on my picks. We have crazy TDs, multiple injuries, and 4 upsets to talk about. As far as injuries, for those who don't know, James Conner is out with a broken foot. He's going to require surgery. He's out. CeeDee Lamb, who I have in fantasy football, he's out 3 to 4 weeks with a high ankle sprain. Najee Harris is out. He tore his Achilles. Tracy Jr. is out for a few weeks. He dislocated his shoulder. And Nick Bosa is out. ACL. So it's a lot of implications there. James Conner is actually very, very fucking good. Like I said, John Connor, that's Terminator. James Conner is he's actually one of the most underrated running backs, so they're gonna miss him a lot. Kyler Murray's gonna have to turn it on in a different way this time. CeeDee Lamb, so that means Pickens and company is gonna have to pick up the slack. Tracy Jr. means Scooby-Doo, Hackable, whatever his name is. He's gonna take Scatterbo is gonna take most of the carries, and he's probably gonna earn them. And Nick Bosa's probably gonna fuck up the Niners defense pass rush a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. That's big.
But the Bosa brothers are just. I lose faith in them, man. They're both good pass rushers, but they just don't
Man,
stay
they
healthy.
get injured a lot.
They're they're meant for sub packages. That's it. That's literally it.
Why couldn't that one defensive end get hurt instead of him?
For real.
Chase Young, the number one pick. I think it was like oh, 5 years ago. I think
Yeah.
he sucks. He's terrible.
I only got one what the fuck stat, and I have a viral goat list that's going around. Bring that up for you guys later on. But first, we might as well just dive into football, which is what matters most right now out of all the sports. So, let's get to the Monday night game, which has just ended right now between my Baltimore Ravens, who were favored by 4.5 points. It was 38-30 Lions. They're now 2-1. We dropped to 1-2. Goff had a 103.6 passer rating for, 200. It's a good average yards, a touchdown, but the damage was done on the ground.
Absolutely.
And Lamar was what he is, but the best quarterback in the league when he's at his game. He has the top pass. No, Sam Darnold does now, but he's the second best passer rating of the weekend with 3 TDs. But he did have 7 sacks. However, I thought a lot of those sacks was because he was hesitating to run, and a lot of weird play calling from the Ravens' offensive scheme. I don't know what the game plan was, but whatever they did in the first half was just not what they were doing in the second half. In the second half, they were just trying to drop back and become a shotgun type of style of offense. I don't know why. Lamar's still going to take care of the ball, but that's just not our style. And then by the time Derrick Henry got the ball, he fumbled. I thought he was stale. They hadn't used him like that in like the last 2 drives before that, so I thought we ran them cold. There's no excuses, but I just thought that we just didn't have a good game plan against the Detroit Lions. I don't know what the fuck that was.
What the fuck?
But my Ravens will recover. We are a good team. I thought I saw a lot of good things from my secondary. I know they were so few leagues later on in the game, but that's supposed to happen when you have a player like Amon-Ra on the other side. There's going to be a few. But we didn't lose in penalties. That was actually very good. Looked like we were disciplined. The Lions had to literally eat step by step by step. It wasn't never nothing long until the very end with the Montgomery run, I think it was.
Yeah.
But the Ravens made them work. The Lions earned it the hard way. They earned a win. I have no disrespect to the Lions. I just put that as a clickbait. Fuck the Detroit Lions, but you know what I'm saying? As a gentleman to another gentleman warrior, no, they actually earned it. They didn't make many mistakes. They didn't fumble. They didn't throw picks. They chipped away without, patiently without losing their cool, and they earned the fucking win. So I gave them a team grade of A. I thought they showed a lot of resilience. Defensively, I thought they did better than people will give them credit for because of the score that you'll see there. But I thought they did a pretty good job as a defense, and on offense, I thought that was an A+ on the ground. I thought they found the weakness eventually, and then they just exploited it, which is what you're supposed to do. QB grade, I gave Goff a B, and then obviously a Lamar A+. I thought Goff just did a game manager this one. I'm not saying he's a B kind of quarterback. I'm just saying this game he was just a B quarterback because he just had a game manager and hand off the ball. And I thought that was pretty good, and I like what I saw from the secondary. What you learned?
I learned that you guys need Matabuke so that you can plug up the middle of that defense. And I learned that the Detroit it's possible that Detroit might have a really good pass rush this year. Or I guess defensive coordinator. I don't know. Seemed like they lucked into somebody there. He had a game plan and they stuck with it and they got 7 sacks. So, maybe a little bit of that was Lamar, but I gotta give credit where credit's due. The 7 sacks. So they were being consistently getting back there towards Lamar. So hats off to them on that. I give Goff. Wait, I give the Detroit Lions an A+ actually. They took care of the ball, and they took care of business on the road. It's a big game against a team that Lamar, first of all, he doesn't lose a lot to the NFC. So, that's a big win for them. And I give the Ravens. I give them a B-. I think I think the defense could have came a little bit harder, and I also think the Derrick Henry shit, it has to stop. It just has to stop. It's twice that you kind of cost your team to win. I'm not gonna say that because we don't know what would have happened, but it seemed like that could have been, where you guys went down, scored, you know what I'm saying, and then maybe hold them defensively, you know what I'm saying. But because it seemed like the momentum was on your side when you guys got that stop and you guys got the ball back, I was thinking, okay, this is it. This is the moment right here where they take the lead, but yeah, that has to stop. So I gave it a B minus because of that, and then I give Lamar A plus. I think again he took care of the ball. He had 3 touchdowns. Yes, he took the sacks, but I mean he can only do what his offensive coordinator's giving him. You know what I'm saying? So I agree they didn't run enough of Derrick Henry.
No, they for 2 or 3 drives they just didn't
spurts,
let him touch the ball. Justice Hill was there a few plays. They didn't even let him run. He was just there to catch or as a check down. But when it came to Derrick Henry, 3 drives straight, and then all of a sudden on the first play you give it to him and he fumbles. He's stale at that point. You can't do that to him. You cannot do that. The game plan was crazy. I don't know what happened. Whatever was going on when we were scoring just fine in the middle of at the end of the second or the first half and the beginning of the second half. Mm-hmm. Whatever mojo we had there, we should just stay there. We were running the ball just fine and throwing the ball down the field efficiently. We shouldn't have. Don't finish was not broken. And the thing is, I don't think we would have won anyway, just because the Lions, we could not stop their running. Once they found out, once they found out to hit us in the A gaps at the beginning of the game, if you watched the All 22 or if you watched the highlights, they were trying to hit the B and C gaps and it just wasn't going anywhere. We were mauling them. But then they figured out that if you hit the A gap, we don't have Madubuike there, our defensive end or defensive tackle, depending on what system we play.
They were doubling it and then just like
and they were just creating a hole where they were getting 4 or 5 yards a clip. It was mostly Montgomery, but they were doing enough damage, and one drive was from the 1 yard line, and they got it all the way down for a touchdown, and it took 18 plays, 10 minutes. You know, when you say what I learned from this game, that the Lions are mentally strong. This is a championship-ready team. Whatever you guys were saying 2 weeks ago for the Detroit Lions, just get that shit out of the way because it's not even cool.
Be cool, nigga.
At the end of the day, the Detroit Lions and the Baltimore Ravens gave us a heavyweight bout.
And I think both of the quarterbacks actually get an A plus from me because I don't think either one of them played bad at all.
So my prediction was pretty accurate. I said it was going to be a back and forth battle and the Ravens were going to pull out with the win convincingly. It was the exact opposite. It was a back and forth battle, and then the Lions pulled off with the win convincingly.
I had a bad week. I know I had a bad week.
You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty good at these just because I see the matchups and things like that. But I did not know that Madubuike was out. I did know Van Noy was out, but I did not know Madubuike was out. And that's not much of an excuse, but they did find a weakness and they exploited it, which says a lot or says not too much about our defensive coordinator because he didn't make any adjustments that I thought was necessary.
But that's not an excuse, though. That's a fact.
Yeah.
Like, that's one of the best players you got on defense that's out of the game. So
Zach Orr, I'm sorry, but all eyes are on you. The Ravens are known for defense. We have the tools, we have the weapons, we have the players, we have the system. It's you and your tutelage that's not working. So I need you to get it together before you are.
Screw you! You're fired!
But good win for the Detroit Lions. They earned it. I gave my Baltimore Ravens a B as far as offense is concerned. And I gave my Ravens defense a C. I say a C plus because it's the secondary did their job. We didn't make any adjustments on the ground game. We didn't get no pressure. I can't give you guys a better grade than that.
Didn't even substitute.
Yeah.
What about the coaching? What do you give that?
That's what I said. Zach Orr. No, that was an F. That was a flat out flunk. That was an F. He knows it. Baltimore Ravens knows it. Detroit knows it. But I thought this was a good sign between heavyweight teams that,
absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Neither one of these teams punked out. Neither one of these teams gave up. This is what you expect from the elite team. So you'll see that record get better for the Ravens. It's just that we have to go to Kansas City 1-2 instead of 2-1 and fight a nail biter. I'm sure, but it is what it is. But good game, good Monday Night Football, good for football. Let's get to your game. Your game was a pretty nail biter. Okay, we had the Rams and the Eagles. The Rams started the game 19-7 is what they were winning against you guys first half, and at didn't. Oh, hold on, y'all. Hold on. My bad. I had it here and I completely forgot to send it, but I got it. Give me a small second. Big pause. But there's an interesting stat in this game that I wanted to bring up, and I'm glad I just remembered just now. Let's see. Let's use that one. So this is an image of the first half stats of that game. All right. This was alarming because not only did it show that I might have been very, very wrong on your, you know what I'm saying, because you guys, Philadelphia fans and TikTok and all the medias out there, you guys were pretty nervous about this passing game. And I said everybody's just fine. Everybody's overreacting. I don't know what they saw in the Cowboy game, but before the rain, things were happening. And then I see this, and I'm like, holy shit, I'm wrong. Damn, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm like, damn, Jalen Hurts is my fantasy quarterback, and I'm tripping. I'm like, oh, fuck. How am I explain this shit on my podcast? Damn, I've never been so wrong in my entire life. Look at that. It said -1. It didn't even say 10 or 20 or nothing. It said -1. I was embarrassed, okay? But Jalen Hurts did what Jalen Hurts does with A.J. Brown. They ended up scoring 26 in the second half to the Rams 7. Ended up eking out the win with the help of two timely blocked field goals. They blocked one that kept the score at bay, and then they blocked one to win the game because had they not blocked it, if it was good, the Rams win this game. Well, they blocked it, took it to the house, and that's how they scored 33. They were already winning 27. So the Rams are 2-1, and the Eagles are 3-0. They covered. I'm sure a lot of people that bet the spread were pretty excited about this. But
until that,
I had it about right. I had the Eagles scoring around 30, 35, and the Rams around 20. I said 21. I said 21. They scored a little bit more than that. But Stafford had a pretty average game, you know what I'm saying, 82 passer rating. He was not too efficient, 196 passing yards, 2 touchdowns on 9T. Your boy went crazy, 117 passer rating. He had 226 yards, 3 touchdowns. He was passing that over 68%. What did you learn? What did you learn from your Philadelphia Eagles?
I learned that we know how to fight. I learned that we got a hell of a middle defense there between Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis. And we got a hell of a quarterback, man. This quarterback he's all business. And watch out, because he just has this demeanor where it looks like, I don't know. He might be mentioned with the greats eventually. I'm not lying. He has that in him. And then what I learned about fucking the Rams is they got one hell of a wide receiver core. And the cool is him, bro. Like, I know he didn't score, but our defense is no slouch. So I was very impressed with the Rams. I think we'll see them again in the long run. They're contenders, absolutely.
This was another one of those.
Just because we won the game doesn't mean I'm gonna be like, oh, this was just close as it gets. Yes, we did come back and win the game, but they can easily win this game as well. So
this is one of those heavyweight bouts that we just had in Monday Night Football just now. So the better teams in the league.
Could have went either way.
They went down to the wire, back and forth. You know what I'm saying?
These teams will see each other again.
Yeah, and Jalen Hurts, you proved me right. I had you in the gravity room, and I told you to leave no doubt that you can pass.
Ooh, did he?
Lamar proved me right. He left no doubt what's coming for the Kansas City Chiefs, because I mean we may have fumbling problems with Derrick Henry, but Lamar Jackson's still just fine. So good luck over there. And Mahomes kind of left no doubt, because at the end of the game he kind of looked like the old Mahomes again, but it wasn't a complete game. But it looks like you're a Super Saiyan. Maybe not Super Saiyan 2, but Super Saiyan for sure.
But us being down like that, and them knowing that we were gonna have to, abandon the run, not completely, but that we weren't gonna try to go to it, knowing that you was gonna have pass coverage, and him being able to make those throws, man, let me tell you, we got one. We got one, man.
Hell yeah. It was good to see AJ Brown go ham on them.
Oh yeah, man.
Every time you
It's
needed
good to see AJ Brown do
clutch
that
third down
any day,
catch,
bro. I
went to
just
11,
love the way he plays football. He plays
and
angry
there was
like
nothing the Rams could do about it. It was tight window throws, but Jalen Hurts made the accurate throws, and AJ Brown made the crazy the clutch catches that you needed to seal the deal.
But shout out my man Jordan Davis, man, for real. He was amazing.
So
He had a sack as well.
So what did you learn from this game?
What did I learn from? Oh, I just told you. You talking about the grades?
Oh, well, what I learned was that Jalen Hurts is definitely better than Jared Goff. I mean, than Matthew Stafford, for that matter.
Yeah, that's funny.
There's
not-
nobody can ever argue
It's
that.
not. We're not saying Matthew Stafford in his prime because that's different.
Yeah,
But Matthew Stafford now, Jalen Hurts now,
I don't think. I just don't see it. I
I
don't
don't
see
see
it.
it. And
But
and,
he's
and
still
nobody
good.
can say he had because we have the better running back because they have a formidable running back as well. They can't say they don't have wide receivers because they have that as well. So I think he proved yes he's better than them.
Yes. Team grade, I give the Rams. I give them A minus, just because of that blocked field goal. They should have blocked it and should be able to win. And I give the Eagles A. I give them a solid A. They didn't do a good job at the first half, but they recovered in the second half explosively and like champions do at home. And you covered the 3.5 point spread. So I give you guys an A. And as far as quarterback play, I give Stafford a B, and I give Hurts a A plus.
Okay, so I give the Eagles offense an A, but just because they did what they did in the second half, because that first half was atrocious to the point where you could have gave them an F. That's how bad it was. And I give the Rams offense I give it a B minus because I think Stafford missed a couple throws there. On defense, I'm gonna give the Eagles. I'm gonna give them a C plus. I remember our team being better, stopping the run, and I feel like the Rams were kind of running the ball on us a little too much than I wanted to see. And then the Rams defense, I mean, they messed up, man. I feel like in the second half they messed up, so I'm gonna give them a C minus on that too. So that's what I give them.
All right.
The Jalen Hurts, obviously A plus. I mean,
Turbo to
I
Nas.
I could care less about the second half when you do this. This is what they say. It's not how you start, it's how you finish, and that's what he did. He finished. And Stafford, you put him in position to win the game, so I can't give you anything less than an A.
And what did I ask you coming in? Is this one of those games where you could win without passing the football? Remember I asked you that?
Yeah.
To which you said no. Hell no. And I
Not
asked
we
you
had
that.
to outscore.
I
We
asked
had
you
to
that
outscore.
because I was thinking of your offensive coordinator more than Jalen Hurts.
Oh, okay.
I was thinking of your offensive coordinator if his game plan was to run the football more than throw it against the.
I feel like that's
the
what it
Rams.
was in the first half.
Can you win against that? And you said no, and you were dead on accurate, as you can see by this graphic one more time. That was pretty crazy. But you guys got the win. Congratulations. That was a good one. That was a good one to.
Yeah, that was crazy.
So let's go to the 1:00 games here. All right. So let's start with one of my picks. I said this, as you see right there. This is a test for Jordan Love. We starting with the Green Bay Packers, who lost 10-13. This is one of the 4 upsets of the weekend. What did you learn from this week? I learned
Oh
that.
shit! Out of these 3,
Yeah.
I got 3 wrong. Out of the 4, I mean.
Yes, so I knew this was going to be a test for Jordan Love because he doesn't know this kind of defense. He doesn't see it all the time. This is Cleveland. This is completely different, and Myles Garrett is a completely different animal. He's not used to seeing. So I expected that to bother him, and I was like, all right, let's see if Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers did their homework. Did not. They got down to a tune of 10-13. They also blocked a field goal attempt and ended up making theirs from, I think it was 50-something yards. So congratulations to Cleveland. You pulled the upset. What did you learn from this game?
I learned that Cleveland has the best defense in the NFL. That's what I learned. I seen the sacks and I was like, there's no way. The Browns had 5 sacks. Rashawn Gary had 2. Nobody else on the Packers wanted to go get a sack on Joe Flacco. I thought they was finna eat. I really did. I was like, I'm thinking, oh, they're gonna eat. Like he's just gonna stand in that pocket. He's older. I'm thinking, there's no way.
Yep.
They scored more than them. They actually ran the ball better than them. I think in every phase that I could think of, they played better than them. So, yeah, that's what I learned. That defense is something else. But Green Bay is no slouch.
Yep. So at the upper left-hand corner, you have Houston, who's now 0-3 in a AFC South matchup between Stroud and Trevor Lawrence. And even though Jacksonville won, what did you learn from this week? What I learned is that there's 2 things I learned. I learned that the Texans are now the NFL's biggest disappointment. That's clear for now. And I think that Trevor Lawrence is literally probably the worst quarterback in the AFC right now. That motherfucker had 56.5 passer rating. The only guy worse than that was Russell Wilson, and he plays in the other conference.
44 attempts, guys. 44 attempts. He had 44 chances to make a throw, and he couldn't make at least 60% of it.
CJ wasn't any better. He had a 66.1 passer rating. That was pathetic. I don't know what's going on with
So
Houston.
what I learned about that is he's on the block. He's on like one of those where like I'm watching his ass because if this continues, this guy might be a one.
No, they're gonna blame the offensive coordinator first. I already know how this is gonna.
I know they're gonna do that. I'm not saying they're gonna get rid of him, but I'm saying in my eyes, like he's no longer gonna be somebody.
Yeah.
I look at like he's.
Changes need
like
to come
that.
for Houston, otherwise their season's over. Then you got
might be a
the other upset of the 1:00 games. You have the Atlanta Falcons with a fat donut from Penix against Carolina and Bryce Young and company, who got blown out 30-0. They're both now 1-2 in a matchup of the NFC South, YN versus YN. You know what the funny thing is? I said that expect atrocious YN QB play. That's what I said.
That's exactly what we got.
That's exactly what I said. It says it right here. Expect YN QB play because
Thank God for the run.
Bryce Young didn't have a good. He had 76.5 passer rating,
127 yards.
And Penix we'll get to later on when we give the YN QB grades. But this was pathetic. This was actually one of those games where you just start to realize that Baker Mayfield just is going to win this NFC South division once again, and there's nothing anybody has to say about it right now. And then we got Cincinnati, which was a blowout to Minnesota. This was a matchup between Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson without their quarterbacks, except looks like Carson Wentzylvania has hit Minnesota 48-10. This one had a pick 6 return for a TD. The defense did its thing. Jake Browning looked like Jake Browning. He had the second worst passer rating in the conference, 63.8. Only Trevor Lawrence was worse. What did you learn from this game, bro?
Jake Browning's bad. He's really bad. You want to know how bad? I think he leads the league in interceptions.
Oh, he does. Oh,
and
yeah,
he's only been in 2 games. And I learned that Carson Wentz could take care of the ball and be a game manager.
Hell yeah!
Has he learned something? Could
Maybe.
he take this job
Maybe.
away from J.J. McCarthy? Is it possible that he resurrects his career?
It's only one game. But maybe.
shall see.
I actually thought of picking him up. I should have. I actually should have. But what I learned is that Cincinnati is the Saints of the AFC. That's what I learned. They're done. Their season's over. They're not going to win many games after this. They're probably going to stay at 2 or 3 wins for the rest of the season.
To think that you're 2-0 going into this game
The
And
Bengals
Joe
have turned
Burrow.
into. That's just what it is, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get to the next.
Get our
game.
O-line, ladies and gentlemen.
You got the Pittsburgh Steelers who took care of business over there in New England. I thought so too. Wild card game. So the reason I had it a wild card game is because both teams were 1-1, and I don't think neither one of these teams are going to win their division, let alone try to catch it to their division. So I thought implications of wild card was important because whoever wins this game is going to have tiebreaker, and that's Pittsburgh. I said I was going to roll with Aaron Rodgers till I see more from Drake May and the Patriots defense. The steel curtain surprised me, but all of that could also be a lot of YN QB play more than Pittsburgh defense doing their thing. But for now, let's just give them the benefit of the doubt. It looks like they're fixing shit on the defensive side. What did you learn from this game?
I learned that does New England need their cough syrup?
I don't know.
Cause they were coughing that motherfucker up all game, bro. They coughed up four fumbles. I think that's enough. I mean, that to me that screams Pittsburgh win, right? 4 turnovers.
Yeah,
Pittsburgh win.
maybe the Pittsburgh defense was so pissed off.
But Drake
Everybody
May,
was talking
Drake
shit
May
about
actually
him.
played good. He just that
That-
fumble. You cannot.
What's up, bro?
Fumble. Your first in the
Yeah, I
first.
know, 38-30. 38-30.
And the first, I think it was the first drive. Ramondre Stevenson fumbles the ball. Like,
I know, bro.
what a bad start
I know.
against formidable team.
The thing about it is, we had I had the Pittsburgh Steelers. They were 1.5 favorites. I had them covering. Did you have this game?
I had New England win this game.
Oh, gotcha. So you had this one, okay? And which ones you had wrong here? You had
Green Bay, Houston, and
Atlanta.
yeah,
Gotcha.
those are my 4, and I think there's another one somewhere.
What I learned from the Pittsburgh New England game is that both of these teams are a big work in progress. These guys are not ready for elites over there. What's up, everybody? The chat. What's going on? Not worth the effort. You guys suck. Who you talking about? The Ravens. The Ravens did a pretty good job against your Detroit Lions. I thought your Detroit Lions had to work their ass off just to score all the points that they got, except for the last one from Montgomery. You guys had
Yeah, I feel
18
like
plays in 10 minutes. That sounds like you guys were not having a comfortable time.
I feel like the breakaway at the end was the one that like put y'all up 2 touchdowns, so
Yeah.
it made it look worse than it was.
But it was a good game. It was a good game.
It was close.
It was a good game. You guys earned it. Then we got the New York Trash who lost to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I thought this was a bye week for the Buccaneers. They ended up winning still, but New York made it interesting. So what did you learn from this game, bro?
That Baker Mayfield I don't know, he handles pressure like no other. Because I swear to God, he's playing out there hurt. I know he's playing out there hurt. Because last week, he got hurt against Houston. And this week, he got hurt against the Jets in the game as well. And he just dinged up, still strapped it on, and
We
won
were
the
1
game, man.
we were 1-2
Guys,
last year and still made the playoffs and won the division, motherfucker. What does that mean?
he's amazing out there.
What I learned is that the New York Trash
And trash is just
have some fight
trash.
for losers. For a bunch of losers, they have a lot of fight. That's what the New York Trash are. They're still 0-3, and they're not going to win many games this year. They're going to go tank for whatever quarterback and start all over again, probably with a new coach. So is the New York Trash, but I didn't learn too much from this game. Tampa Bay, Baker Mayfield, if it wasn't for another guy, he'd be my money player of the week because that man came up with another clutch win and a clutch drive in a clutch situation. At home, on the road, don't matter. Then you got the Vegas Raiders versus the Washington Redskins. I have this one where the Redskins were favored by, 2.5 points. I had them covering. I thought it was going to be a lot closer than this, but
This is crazy.
yeah, this was crazy. Mariota had a rewind kind of game and just kicked Las Vegas
I
ass.
don't think it was Mariota though. I think it was the running backs. Like all the running backs scored,
Well,
and then on top of that, I don't think Gino had a bad game either.
Mariota had a 100-plus passer rating. He did his job.
Absolutely.
Fuck that shit. But I thought Washington was a better team. What I learned is that the
Yeah, we have nicknames for some
Vegas
of our
roster can't beat plus 500 teams.
Nah, yeah, they can't.
unless they have a bad game.
I don't like that. I don't like their defense. It's
Their roster's just not that good.
yeah. It's just rebuild. Retool. Rebuild. It's time to rebuild. Just rebuild that.
I know the thumbnail is rage bait, but it's not also just rage bait. It's also that's how I felt about the game. I just had to get one off my chest. F the Detroit Lions, but I do respect them. Do I have a nickname for everyone? That's funny. Yeah, I have a lot of nicknames, but they just come to me. Deshaun Jackass, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of them. But the New York Trash are just, I call them that because they're not a real football organization. As you can see, every time they get a new coach and a new quarterback and a new system and a new this and that, new cap space, they do the exact same shit. They start 0-3 and miss the playoffs. It's the same thing. They're not going to change. That's not a real football organization. What I learned from Vegas, is that from this game is that Vegas roster ain't good enough to beat plus 500 teams. Sad but true. Then you got the matchup of the AFC South. This one was a pretty gimme. I think we both got this one right. I had Indiana covering. They were favored by what was it? Where are they at? Oh, 4.5 points.
Yeah, we had this one pretty easy.
Yes. What I learned is that there's probably there's no probably. There's a new head coach QB combo in the NFL, and they play in Indiana. They're kicking ass, bro. They're kicking ass. Down Syndrome Jones. Oh, that's another nickname. I call Daniel Jones Down Syndrome. Down Syndrome Jones. They found the cure for Down Syndrome because he don't look like he plays for Down Syndrome no more. That guy's good. What'd you learn from this game?
Jonathan Taylor.
I know, bro. That's my fantasy. That's my fantasy god right there.
I mean, I knew it, but
GAWD god.
He's finally like more consistent, I guess you could say. I think Daniel Jones is bringing that more out of him as well. Being able to throw the ball, opening them lanes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So you had Tampa Bay in this game?
Yeah, I had Tampa.
You had Indiana, and then you had Washington. So you had most of these right. All right, let's get to the 4 o'clock games. Here we have a good few. We have Denver. I had this one wrong, but I was still right. I told Justin Herbert to prove me wrong, to show me at your house against a prime opponent, your divisional opponent, that you are an elite quarterback. And you know what he did? He had the 4th worst QB rating of the entire weekend. A pathetic 74.0. And you're trying to tell me that Justin Herbert's a better quarterback than Jalen Hurts? Stop that.
Who said that?
You can tell me.
Who the fuck just said that?
You've been.
Let it go.
I'm just saying the comparisons need to stop. I don't want to hear any more that Herbert's in Hurts league. Okay. I just don't want to hear.
I ain't never say
I don't want to hear.
I ain't never say that.
I'm not saying you say that. I'm just saying for all the viewers and everybody out there in social media, stop.
I know him as
Stop.
Justin Herb. That's my name for him.
So I was wrong in the prediction of this game, but I was right on what I'm going to see from Justin Herbert.
But he did have a really nice throw against a formidable opponent, especially a formidable defense.
Fuck a nice throw. What did you learn from this game?
I learned that the Chargers are a complete team. Offense, defense, and special teams.
Can you stop the delays already?
They take care of the ball.
Man, what I learned.
They take care of the ball. They're really good defensively, and Justin Herb manages.
What I learned is that Herb is limited, not elite. He's limited, not elite. That's what he is. I think it's enough. I don't want to talk about the Herb. Let's get to the next game. All right, this is another game I got wrong. We have Dak versus Caleb. I thought Dak was going to prove to Caleb how to be a pro quarterback, and Caleb Williams bounced that ass back. I mean, he was fingering his fingernails in the sidelines on your Cowboys, on the Cowgirls for what that matter. Is that you, Dak? 14-31. But Dallas is pathetic. You know what I learned from this game? This is officially the worst defense in the league. Is Dallas right here? Dallas. That's what it is. What did you learn?
I learned that Chicago either has a really good defense or, like you said, Dallas has a really bad defense. Because, man, 4 touchdowns, no sacks. Yeah, that's crazy. You gave up 4 touchdowns, no sacks. Caleb Williams looked like fucking prime.
He looked like Pat Mahomes
Pat
in his
Mahomes,
prime.
I think
Y'all let
I think
fingernail
I'm gonna
Peyton,
say-
Bati Caleb Williams
I'm gonna say yeah.
score 4 touchdowns on y'all for
Dallas.
real. And I mean, mind you,
Probably
CeeDee
actually
Lamb
is.
was out after like one drive. The first drive, CeeDee Lamb, they lost him, and like you said, he high ankle sprain. He will be out for a few weeks. So I get it that they weren't going to score so much, but your defense made Caleb Williams look like a superstar, and he's not.
Can we say out of the worst teams? Because New Orleans probably got a worse defense.
No.
You don't think so?
Unless I see 50 points from New Orleans from Caleb Williams, I'm going to pretend it's the Dallas Cowboys just to make me feel better. And I'm not just saying that because I don't like the Cowboys. I don't care for the Cowboys. I don't give a fuck. All right, so then you got the Saints versus Seattle. I guess this one right. Seattle's bye week. This was a.
I mean, I had it, you know, but not like this.
They had a punt return
Okay,
here for a
right.
touchdown. Sam Darnold. What I learned is that Sam VP is back. Oh shit.
Oh my God! Please not say MVP. Don't do that.
Shit, we're glitching. Sorry, y'all. We're glitching. Technical difficulties, but our audio should still be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sam VP is back. What did you learn from this game?
Seattle's got a top 5 defense and a really good head coach.
Yep. I'm missing my
I
side
think
defensive
I
coordinator.
think they're really disciplined, not just defensively, offensively as well. He sticks to what works the most, which is obviously the run, and then you use the play action for Sam Darnold instead of having him just throw on the shotgun.
Yeah.
It looks really good, but I did say that I had them winning their division.
Gotcha.
So I'm just saying I was wrong. I was wrong about the score because I didn't think it was gonna be like this, but I knew there was gonna be New Orleans.
All right, and then the last 4 o'clock game here was Arizona versus San Fran. I had Arizona plus 1.5, so even though Arizona didn't win, I still covered, so I got this one right, barely. Game-winning field goal. But I almost won anyway, but if it's a game-winning field goal, that's why I love the spread. See, I could lose the game, and I could be wrong, but I was right. Kyler Murray was going to outplay Mac Jones, and he did. But Kyler Murray turned to Call of Duty Kyler. He's not going to be a good MVP candidate for the rest of the season. He's going to be focused on the new Call of Duty maps, the new Call of Duty guns, and the upgrades and camos and all that nonsense.
Pre-ordered.
What'd you learn from this game?
I learned that Kyler Murray, he's not it. I don't think he's it. I really don't. It's crazy that you lost to Mac Jones, even though you got the ball back, right? They gave him the ball back. And Mac Jones really basically gift wrapped the win for you guys as long as you would have went down the field and just kicked the field goal. Instead, Mac Jones outplayed you in my eyes because he got his team down the field when it most mattered and won the game.
What I learned is that the Arizona Cardinals might just have a top 10 defense.
Oh,
Now, they're not really battle tested like that, but they're given the schedule they're given, and in 3 weeks, not many people are scoring on Arizona. It's just something to note for now.
It's true.
All right, so let's get to the
It was Mac
Sunday
Jones.
night game. Whoa, between the Kansas City Chiefs and the New York Giants. So the Chiefs covered. I got this one right. 22-9. I mean, this was a pathetic showing from the New York Giants.
So did I, thank God.
Russ had a weekend low, 43.8 Q passer rating. I mean, he was 18 of 32 for a measly 160 yards, 2 interceptions in the red zone, mind you. So that was at least 6 points out of the equation. Mahomes wasn't that much better. He did have an average 85 passer rating for 220 yards and a touchdown. But he drove down the field when he needed to, got some field goals. What did you learn from this game?
Russell Wilson need to retire, but I've been saying it. I said start the rookie from the beginning. But if he's going to play, I'll give him till maybe game 5, and that's about it. He probably won't play next week. That'd probably be like packages for Jackson Dart, and if Jackson Dart does better than him, he'll take the job from him. That's what I think. But my question to you is, what about Jameis? What do you think about that idea?
No. Jameis needs to retire along with Russell Wilson. That's what he needs to do. Fuck out of here. But what I learned from this game is that the Kansas City Chiefs have the best secondary in football. They may not be able to pass rush very good. They may not be able to block the stop the run and stop or bother good running teams very much, or stop the push for that matter. But they can stop the passing game. This is an elite defense, and it looks like the offense kind of just woke up. What do you give the team grade? I will give the Kansas City Chiefs offense a B, just because towards the end of the game it seems like they started connecting, and then at the on the defensive end I give them an A plus. They have probably the best defensive showing all week. And then as far as New York, I give them defensively a good B plus because they held on in there even though they were tired from being on the field more often than not, thanks to their punk ass quarterback. And I give the QB grade, the offense a C. I give the offense a C because they try to fight, and they could have put up points, but their quarterback let them down. QB grade, I give Mahomes I give him a B minus, and I give Russell Wilson's expelled, bro. He's expelled. Fuck out of here. I don't want that.
I was gonna say, I give
bro.
Russell Wilson a B to see your face and then be like, for bum, bummer.
Foreshadowing, maybe. Yeah, but no, he would be expelled from my school. I would not allow this to continue anymore. That's it. That's all I need to see. They're 0-3. He got booed at home, and he had the worst passer rating in all football.
That nigga hit the crossbar. That nigga hit the crossbar, and he's not even the fucking kick.
No, he's not. He's not. So let's get to the YN progress report, shall we? So here we'll have Drake and Michael Penix Jr. So I give Drake a minus because he lost the game and he had an interception, a costly one, but 102.1 passer rating. He had a 75.6 completion percentage, which was, I mean, against Pittsburgh Steelers or whoever, that's good. 268 and 2 touchdowns. So I gave him an A minus just because he lost the game with the interception. And Michael Penix, this is the worst game you ever had, I think. 45.5 passer rating. The only reason I didn't put you below Russell Wilson is because he's experienced, you're not. I expect this from young quarterbacks. I don't expect that kind of play from Russell Wilson or Terrell Lawrence for that matter. And 18 for 36, 50%. He needs to work on his accuracy against better competition, 172 yards, 2 interceptions. Looks like Carolina might have a top 10 defense for all we know. We're creeping on to come up. Then we got Bryce. Oh, wait, my bad. Do you agree with that, with those grades?
I give Drake an A minus, and I'm definitely gonna give Penix a F. Pretty much.
Gotcha. So Bryce, I gave him a B. He game managed. What I would say, he still he made a mistake, but he didn't make the highlight plays that you're supposed to do as a number 1 overall pick. But 90 passer rating is not bad with a 63% completion percentage and 328 yards for 3 touchdowns is not bad at all. Bo Nix, he flat out balled, but he made one mistake. 111.2 passer rating, 73% completion, 206 yards, 3 touchdowns, just the interception. I gave him an A. What would you give Bryce and Nix?
I gave Bryce a C because 55 and I don't like Atlanta. I don't like Atlanta's secondary, so I expected more. I think he did more in the second half than, again, it's how he's starting to me.
Yeah.
And then with Knicks, Knicks, I give him an A. He threw that interception, but 3 touchdowns. So the defense got to show up. Like, that was crazy.
Caleb, wait, this is not the right one.
Yeah, that is not. I was like, Caleb the 4. I just beat that. Hold on, yeah, that is in there. Hold on. Yeah, wait. Do you really? No, you didn't throw 3 touchdowns.
That
Oh,
was
I knew that was last week's. I said, hold on. Bryce threw 3 touchdowns?
There we go.
There it is.
That's more like it.
Yeah.
So
We was looking at my bad, guys.
So my bad, y'all. So 78-point passer rating. I was like, Bryce didn't have 55 passing yard attempts. 62 for 24 for 66. So I gave him a C plus because they won the game, but he didn't do much. He just did most of the game management. He didn't even have a touchdown according to him. And then Nick's C minus because he didn't do much better. He had a touchdown, but a 56 completion percentage. Not gonna cut it in a Sean Payton system. That's pathetic. What'd you give Bryce and Nick's?
I gave Knicks in this game. This is a tough game though. I give him a C. He's still learning, you know. I feel like he might be just going through a sophomore slump. So I'll cut him some slack there. And Bryce got to get it going, man. That's pathetic. Your team had 30 points and you didn't even have a touchdown.
You weren't part of it.
Come on, man. What the hell is that?
Yeah, one of their touchdowns was a pick six.
I'm gonna give him a D.
I gave Caleb a B plus, even though he played phenomenal because he played against the worst defense in the league.
I gave him a
42.6 passer rating, 67.8% for 298 yards and 4 touchdowns. Basically, cut that in half. His percentage would be 54% for only 170 yards for 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions, and a passer rating of 80-something had he played a regular defense. But because he played the Cowboys, you know,
I give him an A because
inflation happens.
That's probably the best quarterback he's beat.
Yeah. The Cowboys are Joe Biden inflations for QB stats. That's what they are. Finish it. The Cowboys defense, better said. And Ward, I gave him a C plus. I thought he hung in there. He got better at completion percentage. I think he's creeping up. The game's probably starting to slow down little by little, but C plus I think was the best he could do against a good team.
Yeah, man. It's just a team around him. Mm-hmm. It's not him.
He can't do any better. So here's some. Where's it at? The GOAT list here. Oh, before that, I got a what the fuck stat. Here we go.
What the fuck?
Stephen Diggs still has 0 touchdowns, but he has 2 baby mamas in the same damn week. That is crazy.
What the fuck?
All right, I just thought that was funny. So here we go. GOATs in their prime. Okay, the greatest in their prime. There's a list that's going viral here. So number 1 is Michael Jordan in his prime. He's number 1. Then they got prime time number 2, Shaq number 3, Tyson the boxer number 4, Ray Lewis, my dog, number 5, Randy Moss 6, Kobe 7, Michael Vick 8, Peyton the Sheriff 9, Iverson 10, Muhammad Ali 11, Tom Brady 12, T.O. 13, Mark McGuire 14.
This is hard to actually like.
In their primes, I'm sorry, but Barry Bonds is better than Mark McGuire. Tom Brady is better than Peyton and Michael Vick in his prime.
Oh, yeah.
In his prime, Muhammad Ali is better than Mike Tyson. And I think that's the only complaint I have there.
Yeah, well, Mike Tyson's 4th. That's crazy.
Yeah, over Muhammad Ali, I'm sorry. Whoever made this list must be a YN because he doesn't know who Ali Cassius fucking Clay is. But I thought this was a pretty funny list. I thought Mark McGuire, out of all the baseball players they could have picked, they picked him. No, in his prime, he was not as good as Pujols.
And we already said Kobe in his prime wasn't even his best. He was better like in his late years. That's when he was like.
And we're not hating.
Really
we have Kobe right there.
Hell yeah.
We have Kobe right fucking there.
That's my guy, even though I'm a Celtic fan.
Yup. That's crazy. Well, that was a good week.
So now,
My Ravens are 1-2, but I am 19-8 so far in my pick. So I'm on the roll right now. So Thursday, we'll be back Thursday. We're starting to lag again. We're gonna cut it at the 54-minute mark. Appreciate all you viewers tuning in. Please feel free to subscribe.
Do the bum of the week.
Oh, that's right, the bum of the week. Oh, we forgot to do the money player of the week. Who's the money player of the week, bro?
Jonathan Taylor, 3 touchdowns. I
Oh.
don't care about the yards. 3 touchdowns. That means you had clear effect on why your team won.
I think the money player of the week is, I would say it's got to be David Montgomery after today. After today, he gave them the win, and I'm sure a lot of people who drafted him mad late got a very, very good gift tonight in fantasy football. Now, who's your bum of the week?
Russell Wilson.
Correct, my friend.
How the
You're
hell?
100% correct.
Screw you!
Did you
no
make
way.
the list again?
like you bum!
You made the list again, bro?
Yes, this is a repeat offender. He was in the bum of the week category last year, and then he is in this season once again.
Jesus.
You are the bum of the week, and every time we put you in the bum of the week, we put you in a shelter
good loser like you bum!
with all the other bums. So the bum of the week 1 was Tua.
Right back where you
Got,
start.
Bum of the week for week 2 was the Cincinnati Bengals because their O-line once again couldn't protect Joe Burrow, and they lost him for another year. And bum of the week is Russell Wilson for having the worst passer rating in the entire weekend and getting booed at home and fucking everything up for the New York Giants.
And hitting the crossbar on 4th down when you can actually try to at least throw an interception. Shit, I'd rather you throw an interception than fucking just throw the
And-
ball away.
And for throwing 2 interceptions in the end zone.
Facts.
And for marrying a single baby mom whose kid from Future. Okay? You had Future's leftovers is what you married.
That's not my daddy.
All right. We'll see y'all on Thursday, y'all. Thursday we will recap the Thursday night football game. Oh, actually, we have to make a prediction on that. Look at that. Almost forgot one more time. So,
We were watching that game? I'm like,
it,
it is what it is.
we don't make the schedules. The schedules are what they are, and we just got to...
Guys, what's up with the Monday night game next week? What's up with that? Why? Why does that happen? What did we do to deserve that?
So it's a matchup of Seattle versus Arizona. They're both 2-1. It's Arizona, and then somehow, some way, Arizona's favored by 1.5.
No way. In.
Guys, before you go to sleep tomorrow, I want you to put a bet on Seattle plus 1.5 because that is going to change by the end of the week. There's no way Arizona should be favored. There's no way Arizona is going to stay favored,
not gonna
and
win
there's
the
no
game.
way Arizona is going to win this game. Call of Duty's out in a week and a half. I think the pre-release is out, so Call of Duty
You already got
is on Kyler's mind more than football.
You already got it.
Thursday, we will recap the Thursday night football game. We're going to establish, it's top 10 Thursday, so we're going to establish the top 10 defensive players. We're going to establish the top 10 QBs and the power rankings, the top 10 teams, quarterback tiers and the NFL tiers for y'all. So Thursday will be jam-packed with a lot of shit.
Yes, sir.
Tune in. We are the Pressure Podcast. It means to perform, react, endure using strategies in sports under rigorous environments, motherfucker.
Hell yeah!
Only podcast reviewer has say. If you have a webcam, we'll send you a web link. Put you on a little back screen back there. Hop on the mic and talk your shit. Till Thursday, motherfuckers. Be